This is the Wait For It podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wait For It podcast. I am your co-host, Phil Barrera, aka Phil the Filipino.
And I'm your other co-host, Mr. Eric Almighty. And we're back, 2025, with What Did I Miss? A bonus episode that we do on the show that we brought back. We revived it after it was long gone. It's gone through many formats, but I think we finally have found a recipe for success. And we're going to be recapping the entire month of January with pop culture news and beyond.
Yeah, you'd think that, hey, beginning of the year, maybe the entertainment world will slow down a little bit. That has not been the case as far as what we're going to discuss here today. I'm pretty sure everybody found a good mixture of stories. So really excited to bring in our guest. One of the best things about What Did I Miss is that we get to bring in our friends, returning guests, returning content creators, and hang out with them and really just have a fun, unfiltered time, because this is our most unstructured episode. We just get in and bring in our friends and talk about some pop culture stuff. There's very little editing, and we play a game at the end, which unfortunately Eric has been very good at lately, which is not great. So hopefully this month things will turn around. But let's bring in both of our guests. We actually went Ivan squared here in the month of January, but one of these Ivans is returning to What Did I Miss? And we have a first timer to What Did I Miss, who we actually featured just a few months ago on Creator Spotlight, and has just been a longtime friend of ours and of the podcast. So Gafiltha, welcome in to What Did I Miss? How are you feeling? And thank you so much for being here tonight with us.
Oh, you know, we're feeling fantastic here at the start of 2025. Wonderful, beautiful year. And first, I gotta know, who's on your shirt there, Mr. Phil? It's got me puzzled now that I'm over here.
He's flustered.
That's my
flustered.
That's my girl, Liv Morgan, WWE superstar. So
okay.
My A1 day one. So
A1,
just repping
Happy
Liv.
to be here. Happy to be with Liv Morgan, and happy to come down from space and join in with these wonderful rad tad guys again, and another me from another dimension or something. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Absolutely. Well, once again, we're glad we were able to get you on. We tried in November and December, and Eric, as we know, things are just really tough to schedule during the holidays. So really excited that we were able to get you on here in the beginning of the year. It's actually kind of fun that you're here, because a couple years ago we had you on for a Foresight episode. We talked about what we were looking forward to, I think in the year of 2020, if I remember correctly. We had no idea what was coming our way, but at that time you had talked about how excited you were for Cyberpunk 2077. We know how that went, and we've talked about that before. But for the millionth time, Cyberpunk went on sale on Steam, and I finally bought it because I have a gaming PC that can run it. Even though I have started over and played this game on PlayStation 4 times, I wanted to mod it, so I've begun modding the game last night, and I'm ready to get through my first real playthrough of the game. So I'm glad I was able to share that moment here with you, as maybe I'll get through it by the end of the year. We'll see what happens with with Cyberpunk. But our returning What Did I Miss, sir? We got to think of a name for What Did I Miss guest now, Eric. So we'll workshop that. One of our returning guests for What Did I Miss, and recurring guest here on the podcast, Ivan Patch. Ivan, good to be here with you. And we typically this time of the year, we're getting ready to see you in February, but we got to see you early January this time around. So happy that you are here with us, and excited to talk about some pop culture stories and see if you can dethrone Eric in Jeopardy.
Wait, okay, I thought I was muted, sorry.
Ivan has no idea how to work.
Ivan, I'll just do it for you.
No, I did it. I just thought you did it first, then I thought I muted myself.
No,
but
you're fine.
I'm happy to be back. I love talking shit. Yeah, I know. I did see you guys already in January, and now I won't see you in February because, you're not going to MegaCon, but whatever.
Listen, if MegaCon wants this post to be sponsored and give us a couple of tickets,
We'll go.
We will definitely go. It's really more so about the hotel. If you also want to put us up in a hotel,
I have like 4 people
Also-
staying with us already.
all right, we're staying with Ivan. Sounds
There you
good.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Give us a hotel, and we'll even interview Mel Gibson. It'll be great.
Oh,
Nah, I don't know about that
No,
one.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that, but again, for those of you brand new listeners tuning in to again a very chaotic episode of the Wait For It podcast, this is What Did I Miss? As Eric alluded to, where we recap pop culture stories from the previous month and then play a game with our guest at the very end. We always recommend towards the end of the game or towards the end of the episode when we switch to Jeopardy that you do watch it over on YouTube because there is a little bit of a visual element, but the audio portion is obviously just fine as well. But Eric, anything else we need to go over with our guest, with our audience before we bring in, of course, your responsibility and the most important part of What Did I Miss? Your pride and joy, of course, which is going to be the wheel.
No, I think we can get right into it and start the discussions here. Now, Ivan Patch should know what to do here, but Gafiltha, this is going to be maybe news to you. If you've watched the show, you already know we have a wheel because we don't like to do things civilly here. So we're going to go ahead and introduce more chaos to the episode. You guys will come unmuted. We'll go ahead and say spin that wheel, and then in that cadence, we'll say it. Then it will be spun, and somebody will be chosen. We'll do that 4 times, and then we'll go to the didn't make the cut and our Jeopardy games. So with that being said, if you both Ivans are ready, we will do it. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and in that same cadence, spin that wheel. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how the first time goes. 3, 2, 1.
Spin that wheel.
All right, that wasn't too bad.
First one of the year. Pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid.
I think the Ivans were in sync.
I
We were.
agree with that.
I didn't want to go.
Alright.
No, I didn't want to go first. Damn it!
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Well,
Well,
now
We're very alike.
That's
if
the
I
wheel.
didn't want to go first either.
The wheel knew. So,
Yep.
Oh no,
There
I
you
didn't get a
go,
chance to
Ivan.
pick my. I didn't get a chance to actually pick my story.
which one you wanted to do?
Yeah.
pick
You
the one
said
you
you
want
had.
to talk about the most. You want us to
And
dialogue
don't take
on.
mine.
Well, see,
Yeah,
now
that's
I don't know. I feel like I actually feel like this one might be one you talk about.
All right,
Take
we'll
it.
go for that one.
Yeah.
right,
no,
Ivan,
I
what
mean,
we
I do.
missed?
I do think this is one you're gonna talk. You've already. We were probably gonna say. I don't know. Okay, but either way, I read actually this morning that Marvel is gonna do a Incredible Hulk versus Godzilla comic and Spider-Man versus Godzilla comic, and I was like, wait, I didn't know if this was something I did before, and I was just like super late, but just to have like the Hulk fight, like, come on, the king of monsters, I thought it was like kind of cool, but also like this could go really poorly. But I was reading oh gosh, I thought I had the synopsis of what the story was. Now I can't find it. But I don't know, I was interested by it, and I didn't know if I thought Phil would be interested by it. It's Godzilla, I mean, come on. And now I'm also like, if the comics are good, I kind of would like to see a movie. So I don't know how you guys would feel about that. Feel about this like whole premise, whole idea. I gotta find the actual synopsis of the comic though. Let me see here.
Yeah, if you want to try and pull that up, I'll go ahead and get started. But this is not like new for Godzilla either. He fights anyone. There's a Godzilla Power Rangers comic.
True.
There is, I believe, a Godzilla Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I might be making that up, but I know he's fought a lot of other people in pop culture. So to have him fighting some of the Marvel characters, I think is really, really smart. It looks like the Hulk one, Eric, is Shin Godzilla, which is very interesting. So looking at this cover here, Gafiltha,
Yeah.
have you seen or read any of the Godzilla versus comics across pop culture?
I have not dived into anything Godzilla comics. Yeah, just the films and going back to obviously the classics, black and white. But yeah, I know he fights all his own people, but I didn't know they pitted Godzilla against Spider-Man or Power Rangers or Hulk. The Hulk one seems kind of interesting. I think Spider-Man one would be really good if Venom took over Godzilla and really just enhanced those abilities. That would be something else.
That would be sick. I would love
A
that.
symbiote Godzilla would go so hard. That
Right? I
sounds-
would actually love to see that. And then see
I'm
some
trying
art
to
of
pull
that.
up
That'd
the
be
other
super cool.
ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
found
know-
the synopsis, by the way, for the Hulk
There's a
one.
lot
Okay.
of them.
Yeah, let's
go
hear
for it.
So, the comic will see Godzilla take on General Thunderbolt Ross, a monster hunting Thunderbolts team who will seemingly unleash the Hulk in order to take down their ultimate quarry. Quarry? Oh, that's a weird way to say that. Leading to what's billed as the most destructive battle royale to ever rock the earth. That's what they say. But I actually do think it would be great. But see, originally when I saw that it was Spider-Man, I was like, wait, Spider-Man by himself? Like, how's he gonna handle him? But like now that you said like it'd be kind of cool if like the symbiote took over Godzilla or something, or if like I don't know, something like that. Like that got it's really interesting. So now I'm like, okay, now I want to see Spider-Man against Godzilla.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what they do. So apparently it's set in different Godzilla eras,
Yeah.
and it's taking place in different time periods in the Marvel Universe. So there's going to be 6 one-shots that are happening, starting in March with Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four, and then Godzilla versus Hulk, Godzilla versus Spider-Man. So I wonder what the other 3 are, if they've maybe not been announced yet. But yeah, this looks like it's a whole thing, and I'm down. I'm down for this. This sounds awesome.
Okay, so there's 3 more coming, and we don't know what they are. 3 more like
yeah, I
versus.
couldn't find what the other ones were. Like I
Yeah,
only
that-
saw those 2.
Yeah,
I didn't even
looking.
notice
I
about
don't know
Fantastic
that
Four.
they've announced it, but yeah, it says a set of
Ooh.
6. So
3 more. Gafiltha, who you picking from the Marvel universe that's not listed here?
Oh man.
he's going
It's
through his
gotta be-
rivals characters.
Yeah, let me pull my Marvel rivals.
Godzilla
That
versus
Godzilla-
Jeff.
Hey, that'd be pretty wild. I'd say Wolverine, man. The healing factor,
Yeah, Wolverine's a good one.
that adamantium, like that's gotta be
wouldn't-
something. Him clawing it up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did like Iron Man, if I'm being honest.
Wolverine versus the Guardians. That might be
Yeah.
interesting.
The teams are interesting. Like the Fantastic Four was an interesting
Yeah.
one. So I wonder what other teams would get involved. I mean, you got to do a Godzilla versus Avengers, right? Like just kind of a
Just
general.
all of them.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see why they wouldn't do that. You know, like, huh?
There is also a Godzilla. There is also a Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, I think I did actually see that. I think I did actually see that, and I saw the Power Rangers one too. But I didn't know like they did a ton of different ones all the time. Like I thought it was just like they did it that one time. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And then now I see they do it a lot more, and I'm like, oh wait, how did I not know about this?
So I don't know if these are rumors or not, but 2 of the ones I'm seeing here potentially are versus the X-Men
Okay.
Okay, X-Men
and
makes sense.
versus Thor.
Thor would be awesome.
I guess
Yeah.
he's Thor. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Honestly, this Godzilla Power Rangers cover goes so hard. I might just buy this.
I know. It actually looks really good.
That's one thing I really do enjoy about Godzilla is like they're as far as Godzilla as an IP, they're not afraid to like kind of ham it up and just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
So I think this is really cool. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to buy this this book just to have. So yeah, cool. No, I didn't know that there was some Marvel ones on the way. So yeah, cool. All right, Eric. Let's
All
bring
right.
back your baby.
We're back into it. We're gonna say after 1, 2, 3, spin that wheel. So get yourselves ready. 3, 2, 1.
Spin
that
wheel.
Gafiltha gave a voice to it, and I got scared. And I was like, "Who is that?"
He did it the first time around too, so we're
Did
gonna
he?
expect 2 more.
I missed
2
it.
different ones
Oh, man.
here
All
for
right.
the next one. All right.
It's rigged.
I am up next. Let's see here. So this one, I'm very interested to see what y'all have to say as we are anticipating. I don't believe that GTA 6 is coming out in 2025. A lot of people think differently when it comes to that. Eric, there was a little bit of a free fall in terms of our fantasy critic draft for Grand Theft Auto 6. It went 3rd overall in terms of draft picks, so it fell out of the number 1 spot, which I think a lot of people would expect it to be. But an analyst has recently gone and has made news because some people apparently within the industry on the financial side of things are hoping that Grand Theft Auto 6 costs as much as $100 for the standard edition of the game. An investment analyst and researcher, Matthew Ball of Apillion, released a 219-page report about the state of video gaming in 2025, and he mentioned a variety of opportunities, including GTA 6 costing as much as $100 when it launches this year. Ball said, quote, "There is hope among some in the market that Take-Two will price GTA 6 at $80 or even $100, which could prove to be a turning point for the video game industry. This could break a key price barrier and allow other developers to raise prices as well." He said before this, a Baldur's Gate 3 developer said GTA 6 could prompt a shift to more expensive games if Take-Two decides to price it above $70. He did, let's see here, he wanted to say Rockstar's cost Rockstar's costs isn't sufficient to set the price, but the argument game should be the only thing to never adjust for inflation is not healthy either, or a good argument in my opinion. Of course, with this most recent generation, we saw prices go from $60 to $70, and I just kind of want to get your guys' opinion. I think what a lot of people are saying is GTA 6 is probably the only game that could get away with this. It would not be able to be an industry standard. I don't think people are going to pay $80, $100 for games that are coming out that aren't even done. Imagine if Assassin's Creed Shadows was going to charge $80. People would be livid. So, Eric, I want to throw it to you first. Would you pay $100 for GTA 6? And do you think if that happens, it's going to set a precedent that other studios can then charge more for games that are coming out here within the next few years?
So, I mean, I think personally that Grand Theft Auto should be probably $100. Like, it's been a meme at this point. People don't expect it to come out. It's like, we get this before GTA 6. That's like the saying for the past couple of years. It's gonna get into Silksong territory, but at least we actually see something from GTA. So that's the reason it's there. I personally think that industry-wise, we're going to be running into some trouble if games are trying to charge that price. But on the flip side, they should be able to start increasing. I do think that there is this stigma of games that, oh, we need to wait until they go on sale, right? And we need to wait until there's a deal, or I'm going to wait a few years. And if a game is that good, I mean, I'm willing to pay extra money to play it. Now, I don't think it should go from 70 to 100, but can those $60 games or $40, $50, $60 games go up $10 more? Yeah, I think that could happen. 70 go to 80, etc. I think that's possible, but some of these games shouldn't be price pointing themselves at the industry standard. Like, how many games do you see die on the shelf because they are going $60 a couple years ago, $70 now, because that's the standard? I hope that games don't take it as, oh, GTA's $100, so now that's the standard. Because if that's what's going to happen, I think overall that's bad for the gaming industry. Gafiltha, you have a lot of, obviously, love towards games. How does that make you feel hearing the news with GTA and what that could do for the industry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think if any developer, any studio tries to achieve that $100 like GTA, they have to also be GTA 6. And there's no studio out there that is like, they're completely unique. They're the only studio out there that funds itself. Like, what other studio doesn't need stockholders to come in there and be like, oh yeah, we want this developed next year. We want this in 2 years. They can milk it out. So when you said it could be next year, they could just say, let's get another year of hype, another year of pre-orders ready to go. But yeah, the $100 for GTA, like you said, I think that could be fair. The way everybody else can move up there, that's tough because we already have, for so many games, a standard edition starting at either 60 or 70, and then you got something, a collector's edition, digital master edition at 80, 90, or 100. And then you got the other ones at 150, 250 plus with, some sort of statues or physical. So are all those going to bump up too? I don't want to pay $400 for a cheap plastic toy that, well, no offense to some of the collectibles that have came, but at that point, I'm going to start judging and be like, is this a high quality print or is it just a 3D printed thing? And for a collectible that might be $400 or just a bunch of digital, that's the real tough one. There is, where's the value in there that makes me also say, oh, $100 game here. What do I get extra out of it? Do I just get 2 skins that everyone's gonna unlock a year later, or do I get an actual art book, an actual pop figure with it or something? But that's tough. If the industry is gonna try that, they're gonna sink some studios, that's for sure, before they learn the hard way. Absolutely.
And Phil, that's a big point because we're just talking about the base game being $100 for Grand Theft Auto. If that even gets close to the norm, I mean, Assassin's Creed Shadows, you brought that up. They have the deluxe version, which comes with a season pass. I think putting a season pass on a paid game is crazy. It is crazy.
In a story-driven game is nuts.
Unless you're a game like Helldivers 2, which came out last year, and you're selling those battle passes is the wrong word. They're expansion packs that you can do or not do. It's totally a choice. But it was a $40 base game, and they're really making their money based off of those expansions. A game that's already selling at $70 in Assassin's Creed Shadow, what exactly is a season pass for? And I think that's just going to get worse as time goes on.
Yeah, I would guarantee you, if this was a couple years in the future and we still didn't have Skull and Bones, Ubisoft would absolutely try to sell that bitch for $80. They'd be like, this is a quadruple A game and a quadruple A experience. Money, please. Ivan, what do you think? Are you going to pay? Would you pay $100 for GTA 6 specifically? But also, would you be surprised if you saw the prices go up for as the generation continues?
So I haven't played a GTA and I don't think I technically played 5, if I'm being honest with you. And I agree. I could see them making it $100 or whatever because it's GTA. I could see that because they've been holding out. They've been taking too long for this anyway. So I'm sure they're gonna have a bunch of it's gonna make it worthwhile. They'll probably have a bunch of stuff on it. But I don't agree with games getting any more expensive than they are. As coming from someone who's been playing games since freaking forever. Granted, I haven't played as much recently because of cons and all that stuff. And I was a hardcore gamer. I played everything. I used to buy everything. I'm talking every special edition. And even that stupid special edition that they give you these little digital things that everyone unlocked, like he was saying, like Gafiltha was saying, like they unlock a year later. I'm well, why did I pay another $25 for these things? And that was stupid. And then they're giving you games that are incomplete. I mean, Street Fighter it was Street Fighter 4, I think it was, or Street Fighter 5, that it wasn't complete. I bought the game, I got the crazy special edition, I got the Ryu statue behind me that came with it that falls every time I stand it up because it's not built well. And then the game came with it didn't have all the characters. It was a waste of time, a waste of money. I can see them raising it a little bit. I know when not to be this person, but when I went to college, I went for animation, but we did a lot of my degree technically touched on game art. So we did a lot of game art design. I know the work that goes into it. I 100% agree that they need to get their money for it. But at what point is it going to go too expensive that it's costing the portion that it costs to get the console? I don't think a game should be $100. I don't know. Granted, I pay for some that are $100. And I need to stop doing that. But I don't know. I just think it's a little crazy to go that high. I mean, some games are worth it, but not all of them. They're not. They're not. And so I don't know.
Yeah, for instance, I mean, you can see my Ellie statue back here. I got that in the Ellie edition for The Last of Us Part 2. I paid $250 for that. So you're saying that the base game of Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be 33% of what I paid to get all that collector stuff? And the Ellie edition is pretty good. But then right next to it is the one I got for Horizon Forbidden West. It was the Regala edition. That was probably $150. And not only have they started doing you'll get a steelbook, which I really like in collecting steelbooks, but you don't get a physical copy of the game. You don't get a disc. It's a code.
Yeah.
So I just have these empty steelbook cases, and
for
I'm
what? What's the point?
Why? So because I really love the steelbooks, but it's just an empty box. What's the point of that? Once they started shifting to that, I have I think not the collector's edition, but it's the deluxe edition of Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, steelbook, no disc, just a digital code and a really cool looking steelbook that's empty. So GTA 6, I probably would pay the $100 for it if I got some assurances from like content creators that I trust that the game is complete, that you can open that thing up and play it day one and it runs fine. Eric, GTA 5 had issues. You know that very famously because you never got to finish the story. So imagine paying $100 for GTA 5 and that happening to you.
Yeah. So since you brought it up, you fucking bastard.
This is the other Skyrim story.
This is literally, it's like Skyrim not being able to complete it, and then GTA, I was like, I guess maybe 30-40% through the game, and I'm not like, Phil will probably go through more story beats than I will. I do all the side stuff. Like, I get lost in the world. That's why I can't dedicate time like I used to certain games, because that's just how I am when I play. I'm like, oh, what's over there? Squirrel. That's my attitude. So I'm really in it, and I'm not trying to finish the story. I'm trying to take my time. But GTA Online comes out and launches, and I said, hey, why don't I give that a shot? Well, apparently, one of the bugs of that launch was that if you join GTA Online, it could erase your file for GTA. And that's exactly what it did for my story file. I lost it. Everything I had done was gone. And I made a decision right then and there. I'm not going to play this game anymore. I don't want to do it. It's not going to happen. I'm done. So I just watched the rest of it on like YouTube one day. And I was like, all right, well, that was unfortunate. That seemed like a lot of fun. I would have enjoyed playing that. And yeah, that's my GTA story.
That's respectable.
That Phil makes me live all the time.
Yeah. So again, if you pay $100 for a buggy mess, then like I'm really going to be upset. And not to mention, like, there's a whole discourse out there right now about how this entire generation has almost basically been wasted on live service crap. So we're going to get the PS6 in probably 3 years, and Sony has put out barely any solid first-person titles. Xbox, we know what's going on over there with Xbox. Now, they did have a really good developer showcase pretty recently, so really, really enthusiastic about that. But Eric, we seem to have entered the PC gaming space at the perfect time. Like, for years, it has already been, I think, the preferred method for obviously a ton of people. But now, the way things are in terms of like consoles, I think, again, we just picked a really good time to jump into it and make that type of commitment. So yeah, we'll see. Again, I still don't believe. I guess we'll end on that before we get to the next story. Gafiltha, GTA 6 coming out this year? Yes or no?
That's tough to say, man. That's tough to say, but you know what? I'm gonna say, yeah.
You're being hopeful. Yeah. You're being hopeful.
I just say, so far 2025 doesn't have anything crazy, and I feel like they're gonna take the limelight.
Take advantage of it.
There isn't nothing hard coming from Nintendo. There isn't hard from PlayStation or
Switch
Xbox.
2, but like
they're gonna.
Mario Kart's not going to take GTA 6 players.
No, as much as I love Mario Kart.
So, yeah.
They're,
Witcher 4 isn't coming out this year. Yeah, so Witcher 4 is not coming out. Elder Scrolls isn't coming out. So, yeah, that's a good point. Ivan, sounds like you're hesitant. You don't think it's coming out?
It's not coming out this year. I mean, we can be hopeful. We can be very hopeful. And I do see his point. Like, I do. Like this would be the year to do it, because I haven't seen anything that's going to be coming out this year that I'm even, like, really that excited about, or I think is gonna like really shock everyone. Like, oh my god, that's coming out. So I could see it, like, if it came out this year, this would be the year to do it. But I just feel like we're being hopeful. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, it's clearly going to be Silksong, right, Eric? So that'll be...
Honestly, there's so many games that are TBA or TBD 2025. Like,
so many.
It could be anything. So.
And then I get scared if they're going to make it that $100 thing. I'm like, I'm not paying for that outright. I'm going to wait. So
I will say, I will rather have games be in mystery of when they're going to be announced than having them dedicate a date and then have it pushed back a year and then have it pushed back a month.
Agreed.
And then pushed back a week.
I was determined that Silksong was coming out December 31st, just a shadow drop. I was dead set on it, and people thought, people around me were like, it might happen. But
yeah. So, all right, Eric, let's get back to the wheel. Participants remain. Take it away.
Yep. All right, let's do this. We're just gonna count down, and then we'll say it. We're gonna do 3, 2. Ivan, you gotta unmute. Ivan, you gotta.
I know. You were counting down, and I went, "Am I supposed to be counting down with him?"
No, you just count down. Spin that wheel. It's the same thing we did the first 2 times.
I don't know why, but
and
okay.
The last time you were on the show.
I don't know why it happened.
It's okay.
Now.
It's okay. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1.
A spin.
Spin
that
wheel.
Okay. All right. That one might have been our worst one.
Yeah, that was rough.
Sorry.
All right. We got Gafiltha coming up next year. Gafiltha, what did we miss in January 2025? God, that's crazy to say.
I know it is pretty wild. I mean, I wanted to cover, that people are loving Book of Boba Fett now after 3 years of rewatching it, because I have to redeem myself from that podcast episode we talked about many years ago. But I think this will dive us into something. So we all know, that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be coming back as Doctor Doom, and that's got me and everybody in different emotions. Oh yay or oh no, but now there's no excuse for a certain action, because Michael B. Jordan came out and said that his childhood dream character was to play the Black Panther. And I think this is interesting because if we're going to be putting Robert Downey as an evil Doom, we can put Cap over as Captain Hydra. Why not bring our MCU's version of Killmonger as the Black Panther and fulfill, Michael B. Jordan's childhood dream of being the Black Panther? So I think it would be very interesting to, have him fulfill that role. Since we got the villain version of him, now we can see a better version. That's something I could stand behind. The Robert Downey thing, personally, that's not from me.
Yeah, I think this would be fantastic. Michael B. Jordan's appearance in Wakanda Forever was like truly one of those, holy crap, like this never leaked. Like they kept this a secret moments, and it's so hard to come by those now in the MCU because they just tell us everything. So I think that would be great. I mean, again, with the way that and we talk about it a lot here, like how they've kind of fumbled this multiverse saga. Give us a win. That is an easy win for sure. And he is fantastic. I've always been a big fan of him. Killmonger is easily one of their, is a top tier villain that they've had in the MCU. So, but yeah, Ivan, it seems like you'd be on board with this too. What do you think about Michael B. Jordan returning to the MCU, possibly as a different, as a Black Panther from, maybe another universe?
So I'm cool with it 100% because I just he wasn't utilized a lot. We only had him in a movie and a portion of one, so to have him do that is perfect. I totally on board with it. Because if they're really going to do the Robert Downey thing, I mean, where's the rules? We might as well just start doing it, I don't see the reason why not to, especially because, I mean, I agree. I'm not on board with the Robert Downey stuff, but again, if we're going to be crossing that territory, then you might as well just go all the way in. And I mean, so I don't know, they already have that show, is it What If? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Where it's the different universes or things like that. Granted, they don't need to be a different universe because I feel like that cheapens it. That makes it it doesn't stand on its own. But I mean, I guess it would be another universe. But I would like to see it because, I mean, first of all, he's a great actor. And he already has all this charisma. So I just feel like he'd be great to play the character. So yeah, I'm 100% on board for it. And so
there are no rules anymore.
Yeah.
They threw out the rule book.
Absolutely.
They wanted to at one point establish that there were rules and a set of guidelines. They've gotten rid of that.
Yeah.
Feige has just been we just burning it in front of Marvel executives.
I feel like they had these rules and they're still trying to pretend. I think for a while they were trying to pretend that they were still following them when they weren't. And I'm like, you guys are just making it up as you go now. And the multiverse stuff is already a hard sell for me personally. So I don't love multiverse things. If I love it, then that means it was they did something great with it. But this, if they did a multiverse thing with Black Panther in this sense, and he was to play it, first of all, I love Black Panther anyway, so that would already like be a win for me. So like, yeah, I think I think it would be a great idea. I think they should actually do it, if I'm being honest. So
And just getting more nerds back into the MCU as well. Michael B. Jordan's a huge nerd. So Eric, what do you think about this? Maybe a Killmonger revival, but this time is the Black Panther.
I think it could work. I'm actually going to sneak in what would be a didn't make the cut story because it's kind of relevant here. Benedict Cumberbatch actually recently kind of let it slip that he's not going to be, Doctor Strange is not going to be a part of Avengers Doomsday, but is specifically going to be a central part of Secret Wars. And that specifically is interesting because I think after Multiverse of Madness and a lot of the multiverse things that they were doing, if it's setting up anything, it's not Doomsday, but it is Secret Wars. And I think that movie is going to be a cameo fest. I think that they're going to go crazy. So having Michael B. Jordan return as Black Panther for a one-off makes a ton of sense. I don't know that that's the route they would go full time just because of how Wakanda Forever ended. However, who knows at this point? That movie feels like so long ago in a universe that I am just not paying attention to as much in the MCU. So it'll be really interesting to kind of see what ends up happening here. But I do think if it's going to happen, that would be the movie because I think they're going to go for a cash grab with that one. And they're breaking all the rules with RDJ coming back for Doomsday. There are rumors Chris Evans is not done with his one-off appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine. So again, it's going to be really interesting to see where they go, but I think they're bringing most of the band back together, so why not add another one to the list?
Yeah. I do think that one could work as long as it's not akin to what happened with, John Krasinski in in Multiverse of Madness. People are very upset about that one still. I watched a recent mini YouTube documentary about that one, and
so can someone explain that one to me though? Because I didn't hate it. Like I didn't hate that he was. I mean, it was like okay, whatever.
So here's the thing that pissed a lot of people off is because not only have you been waiting for this character to appear, you wanted this actor specifically to appear. Also, Reed Richards is a genius. So for him to go out the way that he did and to attack Wanda the way that he did, it just doesn't make any sense for that charecter. Is what
a lot of things didn't make sense
have gathered. So
he also was not a good Reed Richards in that moment. Like I'm of the mindset. Again, it's only a small taste, but I was not impressed. I was not impressed with John Krasinski as Reed Richards. I didn't buy it. I don't know if I'm going to buy Pedro Pascal as
don't talk about a man like that. Don't dare talk about a man like that.
I love him. I think it'll work, but I'm just saying, like, I'm also like not sure about it. But yeah, I think for me it was the musical note fight. At that point I was like, I think
that happened after the Illuminati stuff.
I know, and I already wasn't having a good time.
I didn't mind the Illuminati stuff. What did you think of John Krasinski's brief role as Reed Richards, Gafiltha? His brief time.
Yeah, it's like you didn't get enough time to obviously set him up, to show off his intelligence, to show off his abilities. So I thought it was a good cast. I thought it was properly casted, but yeah, I felt like the whole Illuminati were thrown in there to scale Scarlet Witch, to say, here's all these badasses, and then she just cleans them off like that. And then,
it was very anime coded for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was very like, oh, you guys are written to fail right now. So
yeah, well, I would definitely be down for Michael B. Jordan to return. He has certainly been one of the bright spots, and the MCU needs to stop doing this thing where they kill off villains in one shot. You know, like they wasted.
I hate that.
They wasted Hela. They wasted Ultron. They wasted Killmonger. They wasted so many of these other characters. What's the guy, the Black Panther villain that Killmonger killed off in the first Black Panther movie?
I forget his name.
Claw?
Yeah,
Mrs. Claw.
Something like that.
Yeah, there are so many of these villains that they could have just kept around, and now they're scrambling, and we get Christian Bale being wasted and God butchering.
But they let Crossbones from Winter Soldier come to Civil War.
He's like, we've seen him like 4 times.
I know.
Yeah. I'm
He's
like,
so not.
He's like, I hate you, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why they chose to keep him.
No, it makes zero sense. But Eric, one more go around for the wheel. Is it going to be yellow pill Eric, blue pill Eric, or red pill Eric? This is like the episode of Community where we've created multiple timelines, and we'll see how our 2025 goes based on this spin. So don't mess it up.
Uh-oh. All right. Let's go ahead and
Remedial
jump
chaos theory. There you go. That's what it's
Let's
called.
jump right into it. Well, we got everybody unmuted, Ivan. We're gonna go with a 3, a 2, a 1.
Spin
that
wheel.
Oh.
Hey, look at that.
That was nice.
Espanol.
All right,
Red
it's
pill, Eric.
red pill Eric.
I said it was the red one too.
I'm way too excited for that.
I know, I really did. I did. I'm sorry.
All right, Eric, what did you go with? What did we miss January 2025?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I was going to make my primary story the GTA story. So since you took that, Phil, I'm going to go with the backup, which is going to be another Marvel-esque story. Very, very funny that this is how it's going. But this is on the Sony side of things with Beyond the Spider-Verse. And the news that came out was from actor Jarrell Jerome. Hope I'm saying that right. He pretty much dashed any hopes of a film coming out anytime soon. I think we've all pretty much known that it's going to be a little while before we actually see it. However, he spoke to Decider and said that this specifically is something that he is waiting to record lines for. So if you don't know the actor, he is the person playing the alternate Miles Morales from Earth 42. So assumingly, and correctly so, he's going to be playing a pretty big role in the third film. So the fact that he hasn't recorded any lines at all is a little disappointing. When asked about it, he said, "No, I wish. We haven't started up yet. A lot of things being figured out, but good things." So there is some positivity there. However, now it looks like, according to Deadline, that the earliest we're going to see this movie is 2026. And if timelines add up, based off of the release between the first one and the second one, we might be looking at 2027 or even 2028. For a movie franchise that I know me and Phil definitely love, and I think the same goes across the board for most people, I'm very curious about everyone's thoughts about this, because there are some things with this third movie that are a little concerning. The promo for the second one, they were like back and forth on announcing it as a part 1, and they did this kind of like really kind of false promoting at a certain point. And I think for me, Phil, we've talked about this actively. It kind of soured my thought about the movie overall, because it is so incomplete with that ending. Now we're waiting so long for the next one. There are stories of, and unofficial stories of, the movie being completely rewritten, and that there was a version that was ready to come out. So with all of those rumors, theories, opinions, etc., Phil, I'll throw it to you first. What are your thoughts with this news that basically cements what we already knew to be true?
Yeah, it's not surprising, and I don't think I think 2028 is probably more along the lines of when we'll see this thing. We'll probably get Xbox whatever and PS6 before this movie comes out, honestly. And then you have to think about, how does Sony/Marvel want to position the next Spider-Man movie? Like, will we get a next live-action Spider-Man movie before we get this? I think it's in the cards. Like, Tom Holland has come out and said that they have a script that they enjoy and that he is backing. So, like, in terms of just when you're going to release that, there's another Spider-Man game coming out pretty soon. So, like, all of these things have to fall into place when it comes to this character. So, yeah, I think it's very, very possible that we're not going to see this for years. I mean, we had to wait forever for the last one. There's all the rumors about crunch and the animators and the animation taking a while, and that whole thing about them not being treated properly, which unfortunately happens way too much. Ultimately, Eric, what's happening is Haley Steinfeld doesn't want to do another press tour with Shamik Moore. So I think that's what's really happening.
Listen, leave.
Imagine them doing a press tour and Josh Allen is just like standing in the corner, like staring at Shamik.
I'm telling you, Shamik Moore literally just the other day from the recording was wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey. I bet it. Everything.
100%. I'm just saying, Sony/Marvel. There's a friend of the show. His name is Reed Shannon. If you need to recast, played Echo in Arcane.
Crazy.
We know a guy.
Crazy work.
We got you, Reed.
He's not watching this.
No.
But yeah, no, I would love to get some other thoughts in here. Ivan, throwing it to you. What are your feelings around this news?
So I'm always over like quality over like speed, quantity, whatever. So I want them to work their asses off and make it beautiful. I love the second one. I know you, Eric, and I had like slightly different opinion about like how the movie felt or whatever. I do agree that it was this weird misleading promotion thing where they did it before. I never believed it was gonna come out when they said it was. If they're rewriting, that's infuriating to me. Only because it was like, then you should have just acted like you should have never said anything like it was coming out as soon as you try to pretend it was. Now I can see it in 2026. That's being hopeful. Okay, just like we were talking about GTA, that's being hopeful. I would like it in 2026. I just don't. The pessimist in me is gonna say it's coming out in 2027, and I don't want that. I want it a little sooner, but I do want it to be like amazing though. Like I want quality over anything else. And I mean, and the way these animators are treated is appalling. Like I'm sick of it. Like I'm sick of hearing it all the time. Like all these animation studios treat these animators like crap, and it's like, you know, they're the ones who are making your amazing product, right? Like, so I want the situation for it all to be like perfect, which is hard to ask, but I unfortunately can wait. It's fine. Now if we get another live action Spider-Man movie before it, that's a little infuriating, but I'll deal. But yeah, I don't see it coming out anytime soon. But I guess we'll have to live with that, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's probably the consensus, Gafiltha, but I'm curious, what are your thoughts adding on to that about the news that it likely will be a long time before we see it?
Hands down, we are going to get GTA 6 before this next Spider-Man. I'm calling it now.
You said it with a lot of confidence.
I know, right?
Yeah, we're getting... And I only did it because I also researched. I said, all right, GTA 6. I said it's going to come out this year. But knowing how good old Rockstar is going to do it, they're going to drop it on this gen's consoles. So when next gen's
100%.
consoles come out, they can flip it again, just like they did with GTA 5, because I bought that game 3 times.
I have like five different versions of GTA 5.
And I have 10 different Skyrims. So it's like they're going to flip it, double dip it on old gen and new gen. I know they will, so we're going to get GTA 6, and then we'll get Spider-Man down the line. I just wish, I understand, I mean, I've worked closely in the film industry, how the level of effort, the time, you know, the budgeting and all the backing that needs to go in play for projects like this. But I really wish that, you know, a lot more teams can come up with a standard that kind of takes the... Which you don't see now, is like the Lord of the Rings style. You film them back to back. You get it done. You use all the actors. You film it. You start editing. And then you drop all the projects. Or like Infinity War, when it dropped, you knew Endgame was just around the corner on the following year. And you didn't have to say, when is the next one? When is it? I really wish more people took that, let's plan out the whole 5-10 year plan, and not just these quick next year investment. And then delays, and then because Spider-Man, I'm gonna see it when I have like grandkids. You know, we're gonna be out there with 2035 or something like that. I maybe they'll do Spider-Man 2077 in there. You know, we'll be 2077. And
I'll
we'll
vomit. I have to wait that long.
What do you think happens first? They announce PlayStation 6, or we get Spider-Man, whatever the verse.
PlayStation 6 is coming first.
Yeah, I bet we get a PlayStation 6 announcement in 2026 or 7.
Yeah.
6.
I think it's 6, yeah.
6 for 6.
Yeah.
6/26 is.
Hold on.
Satan will be on the box.
2026.
They'll have Satan on the box.
That scared me.
I can't wait to play Doom on the PlayStation 6 on 6/6.
Oh my god.
Remastered Dante's Inferno.
I love that game. Yeah,
I do love that game.
It's a
great game.
Underrated, underappreciated.
But yeah, no, I think that's really that's a good call out, Gafiltha, because like again, all these part 1s and part 2s, especially like I get not buying fully into like a trilogy of movies if you don't know how it's going to perform or you want to see the results first, but when you definitely have a part 1, part 2 in mind, that's just a must, you know. And I think regardless of the IP, you need to really make that commitment, but especially when it's a big IP, like completely different. But Wicked did that with part 1 and definitely part 2. They shot that back to back as well. And that's a big IP that they didn't know how it was going to perform, but they had enough of an IP there to make that decision. Spider-Man is that IP. Like, that's the IP of all IPs. I don't understand why you wouldn't just do that. And again, maybe they did, and they really had to rewrite that third movie. Maybe that's true. I don't know. I find it more likely that they didn't. I find it more likely they weren't ready to go back to back, and they were just misleading us.
The thing is, like, I don't get why they would have to rewrite it. Like, were they not confident in it the first time? Like, what were they waiting on? Like, I don't know. Were they waiting on people's reaction to how the second one went? Like, certain characters they liked better than others or something? Like, oh, well, now we gotta change this because they hate this part, or they didn't like, you know, like, I mean, I get making animated things back to back like that is a little hard, especially with the big budget of that. Like, that movie costs, like, how much it costs to render out those scenes and images. Like, I know it's difficult, but it's like, did you not have a set plan at all? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, if they have to rewrite it, that's weird. Like, I'm wondering, like, why they have to rewrite it if they did.
Yeah, and multiverse stories, as we've talked about, are probably the most difficult ones to deliver on, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. But yeah, that was my story for this month, Phil. I know we typically jump into this section of didn't make the cut, and I'll also throw in a Discord roundup, where on Discord people are posting pop culture news throughout the month, and we're having discussions on it. So Phil, I'll throw it to you. Did you have any backup stories that didn't make the cut that you want to throw in here?
I did. I had a few, so I'll just kind of throw out basically just a little snippets here. Matt Reeves responded to questions about Robert Pattinson's Batman coming to the new DCU, and then Matt Reeves basically said, yeah, you know, if it makes sense, then it's something they could consider. A Horizon Zero Dawn film has been confirmed by PlayStation Studios and Columbia Pictures. It's going to be so key that they get that casting correct. Ghost of Tsushima is getting an anime that's exclusively coming to Crunchyroll in 2027, which I think is going to be incredible. Super excited. Cannot even imagine what the visuals are going to look like for that. And also, one more Sony thing, a Helldivers 2 film is in production as well. So once again, casting is going to be key. Keep Chris Pratt away from the Helldivers movie, for the love of God.
I love how people just like came out. No one had asked them. They just said, "Hey, we're just gonna get this out of the way now." No Chris Pratt. Gafiltha, Matt Reeves, and saying Batman could come to the DC film franchise as far as the main storyline goes. Horizon Zero Dawn, Helldivers 2, Ghost of Tsushima anime. Any thoughts on any of those, real quick?
Oh yeah. Once I heard Helldivers, I was like, yes, that's exactly it. However, I also was disappointed because I said, dang, now I can't direct it, so they better not fuck it up. So they better get it right. And yes, keep Chris Pratt away. Keep Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson away.
Scarlett Johansson.
Black away.
Scarlett Johansson. Keep him away.
Keep him away. Yeah. Keep them away from this project.
Honestly, no. Give us a bunch of like borderline A to B plus celebrities and kill them off throughout the entire film.
Yes,
give me that.
I would love them just casting some C-level actors and just, you fall in love with it, boom, dead. You fall in love with it, boom, hellpot on it. That'd be wonderful.
Just like the beginning of the Suicide Squad movie, the James Gunn one.
Yeah.
Start cleaning house.
Idea.
I like that.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't played the game, but I know it looks beautiful. Yeah, and I got no PlayStation here, so my PC can only run so much. It runs Helldivers, so that's good enough. So that looks awesome. Then the Horizon Zero Dawn, that's going to be something I'll be my first kind of take as well, because I haven't played that one either. But I am glad that a lot of these games are coming to PC, so I'll be able to play them here soon once I get a different rig. But and the Matt Reeves, I don't know. I want to keep good old Edward Cullen sacred and safe. If DCU is going to ruin him, let's keep him in his own area and not have him fall into that mess that might come. You never know. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's James Gunn.
Yeah, that's fair. Ivan, what about you? Any thoughts on any of those stories?
I'm gonna start with the Batman stuff because I 100% agree. Like, I have faith in James Gunn. It's whatever, but I want my Robert Pattinson Batman by himself. I don't need him with the DCU, whatever I forgot what they're titling it now. Like, I don't need him with it. I don't need them to try to connect it. And he's saying like, oh, if it makes sense, it's not gonna make sense. Okay, just don't force it. Leave it alone. I think it's too grounded for the Superman that it looks like that we're getting. I don't need. Don't blend it. So that can stay separate. The Ghost of Tsushima anime. Oh my god! When I saw that was announced, I was 100% excited. Like, it's gonna be beautiful. I will. If I have to give an organ, I'll give one. To make it beautiful. Listen, I'll sacrifice something. We need to do a spell. Let's do it. What else was there? Oh, the Horizon Zero Dawn. I would prefer a series, but I'll take a movie if they can get the writing correct. I want it to honor the game. Like, I don't want some like Uncharted mess. Okay, like I need it to like honor the story, honor the characters. Like let's do this right. Like, that's why I usually say a series is better. But or just make an animated project. I mean, so like, but whatever. It is what it is. What was the other one? There was another one.
Helldivers.
Helldivers I never actually played, so I don't really have like a 2 cents. Granted, I don't think I agree with the whole don't put Chris Pratt in it. Like, I saw that people were like immediately like making stuff like don't put Chris Pratt in it. I was like, you know what? I respect it. Don't put him in there. I don't know if there was anything else you said. I can't remember.
That was it.
That was
okay.
all.
Yeah. Those are my opinions.
Yep, that was all. Gafiltha, did you have any stories that we didn't get to that you want to quickly rattle off?
Yeah, we could rat off this little one, and it's just that Mr. Phil Spencer from good old Xbox thinks that games like Starfield might come to more consoles, and it's just a little worrying for the hardcore Xbox fan base that's like, what's the point of even having an Xbox and such? So he was asked on an interview with good old buddy Destin Legari, or however you say the last name. And Destin asked him, hey man, Starfield, is it safe or not? And he goes, well, nothing's really safe. I'm not going to put, a marker on it. Anything kind of goes. And it was just kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's kind of saying for Xbox to grow, a lot of its titles can go to other places. And it's interesting to see. I grew up with Xbox. I'm a fanboy for sure, but I'm not in all this console wars. I don't think one's better than the other. I don't think you're suck if you don't have this one or so. And personally, I kind of enjoy more people being able to access these games. So I'm all for it. I'm all for them sharing Halo to my PlayStation brethren, or them sharing this, especially if it's crossplay, because that just means the servers are going to be that much more rich. I'm going to be able to play with many more people. So I'm happy anytime games have crossplay for me to play with more friends that I normally could that just need a gamer tag. So.
Yeah, and that was actually one of the didn't make the cuts I had, was that the leaker who reported that Nintendo was going to reveal the Switch 2 on the 16th also reported separately that Microsoft's going to bring Halo in the form of a PlayStation 5 port, the Master Chief Collection, as well as a release on Switch 2. So it does seem like
Switch 2 is going to blow up immediately. There's no way it's going to run Halo. Absolutely not.
You don't know. It could.
Nah, that bitch is going to blow up on arrival.
No.
That's so messed up.
Sounds, I can already hear it like a PS4 Pro, PS4.
Yeah. Yeah, people in the comments, is this releasing on PlayStation 4? No, bro, it's 2025.
No.
They really asked that?
People ask all the time, like, why isn't this releasing on PS4? You know why, man.
Come on, that's so silly.
It's time.
You know why. But Phil, we've talked at length about like this Xbox push and whether or not they should even continue to do the console game. And that's a whole discussion that I know we've had. But Ivan, what is your thoughts about some of those exclusives no longer being exclusive to Xbox and kind of going elsewhere?
So if anyone who knows me for a long time, if they listen to this episode, they're gonna be like, he's such a hypocrite, because I used to be the one that would always be like, I want my console exclusives, okay? No, we don't need to be sharing jack. But as the time has gone on, I have shifted on that opinion, because I do agree with the whole, like, I want crossplay. There were games that I was getting that, like, or my friends had or whatever, because I didn't have an Xbox or the current one at the time, I couldn't play the games with them. And it's like, I'm not loaded. I can't go buy every console I want, even though it may seem like it sometimes. But so I'm on board with the like sharing them, and let it be on the Switch too, okay? When it does okay on it, you're gonna be like, oh snap, the Switch did it. But regardless, like, let it share. Like I'm on board with it. Like I want to be able to play these games with my other friends who have another console. Like, I don't get why it wasn't done sooner. Like, I mean, I know why it wasn't done sooner, but like, you know, money. But my thing is that, like, would it not have been better to just be able to share it all, and then everyone's playing it, and you get more people on those servers and playing the games? You know, like, just no more exclusives, you know, except for certain ones that, like, if they don't want this, like, if a console is, like, if they're like, they're not like trying to hunt for a particular game, like, then don't make it an exclusive. What's the point? Like, they don't want to, if they're not trying to make it port on that console well enough, like, then don't bother giving it to them if they're going to give you a crappy one. Like, for example, if we're talking about Halo, like, if Nintendo doesn't want Halo really on, they're not like feasting for it, they're not going to try to make it pliable to work on the console, then don't do it. But if it's like, oh yeah, we want it, let's do it, you know, we put the money into it, put the work into it, then yeah, go ahead and share it. Why not?
Yeah, and Phil, anything you want to add before we get to Ivan's didn't make the cut?
Yeah, I mean, listen, people were clamoring for it when Helldivers came out. Helldivers players want Xbox players fighting and PC players fighting side by side, saving the galaxy.
They need it more than ever now.
Yeah, so I think that would be fantastic. Nintendo don't want third-party games, so Halo's not coming to that. That bitch can't even run Pokemon. It's not going to run
How
the Master
dare
Chief
you?
Collection.
Grant, I don't play Pokemon, but how dare
That's
you?
why they made the Switch too. It's gonna be better, right?
Sure.
I love my Switch.
Wait until those magnetic clips start snapping off, because kids flail their Nintendo Switches around.
I know they do that. It's true.
And then they made the Joy-Cons drift. Like, come on. That had to have been intentional.
It's tough. Ivan, did you have any didn't make the cut stories? You mentioned you had two, so was there another one out there you want to rattle off really quick?
Okay, so the one of them is very small. I just knew that, like, I feel like you guys would like it, and in particularly Phil would. I saw that Fortnite came out with their Kaiju number 8 collab. Like, it had like skins and all that stuff like that. Like, I think it started today. They're not happy about it?
No, they're not happy because everyone wants Demon Slayer, and they haven't gotten.
I thought they did Demon Slayer
yet.
Before.
I think they want Demon Slayer. Like, they want more Demon Slayer and more Attack on Titan skins. No, they haven't done Demon Slayer yet.
I thought they did.
Have they?
I swear to God.
Am I tripping?
I could be wrong. No, I could be wrong. I haven't played Fortnite in forever.
No.
So I didn't know what it encompassed.
People want Demon Slayer, so, like, whenever an anime releases that's not Demon Slayer, people are like, man, this isn't popular enough.
So
anime.
Annoying. I feel like Kaiju number 8 is a perfect fit.
I agree.
They've done My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are probably the two biggest ones. And then
they did Attack on
Naruto,
Titan.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's what
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Yeah, so people want Demon Slayer, so when it's not a Demon Slayer skin, they get mad.
That's annoying because I looked at everything and I thought it was pretty cool. And I haven't played Fortnite in like 3 years, and I thought it was kind of cool. So I was like,
Godzilla's in the game. It's like the perfect time to introduce.
Does the main character turn into Kaiju number 8 though?
He does.
He does.
See,
Okay,
that's what I was asked. See, I didn't get to really look that up, so I didn't know if like he changes into. Okay, well that's cool.
It's a dynamic.
Oh,
skin,
now I might need to play Fortnite again. It's been a hot minute.
They also have a Hank Hill skin.
Yeah, Hank Hill's on the way.
So, just saying.
Damn it, Bobby.
That's fair. Ivan, was that your only?
No, I had another one. The other one was
go for it.
Which kind of fits into the whole animator thing. The animation studio Tonari Animation that worked on like Blue Lock, and they're not the main studio. I'll make that very clear. They worked on One Piece, My Hero, Blue Lock. They use like impact frames and secondary animation kind of stuff. They apparently shut down over kind of I don't want to say stupid reasons, but they pretty much they said that careful consideration due to several factors, such as the devaluation of Japanese yen and the competition from other companies offering lower prices for their projects, they had to shut down. When I looked more into it, I saw they had a lot of controversial things, like the way they treated their animators for one, and like what was the other one? I can't remember off the top of my head now. Oh yeah, they said that they were like they're on board with you for using AI stuff for their animation, but like it had to be like, you know, they try to make sure they're very clear about like, oh, not like main parts, like, you know, small little things that we can get done faster, but they wouldn't provide examples. So apparently that studio shut down after like being open for like 4 years. And I know Eric, you're a fan of Blue Lock, so, and I'm thinking, wait, didn't season 2 have bad animation all around? So like, did they even provide anything good to the series? Like, and it just kind of sucks because I'm hearing a lot more animation studios having issues, and whether it's the way they treat their animators, whether it's the money they're not making back or whatever it is, it just kind of sucks. Even though I didn't watch Blue Lock, and even though the studio had issues, like it just kind of sucked that they would fail this early on. So 4 years is not a long time for an animation studio.
They were doing NFT stuff though.
Yes,
too.
That's another one. Yeah. So it's just like, come on.
2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think it's
Ubisoft.
crazy.
Ubisoft still has an NFT crap in 2025.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, so they closed after 4 years in business. I didn't really know much about them. I don't know that they get a lot of the blame for Blue Lock. I am currently in the middle of season 2. I have started to watch it. People saying that Blue Lock is just a PowerPoint.
I've seen some clips. It doesn't look that.
It's a little disrespectful, but you could tell that they are not animating everything. Like there are still frame shots that are just like going on a little bit too long, and when we're talking about soccer, like that's not really what you want to hear, and they were guilty of that a little bit in season 1. But what I will say is they cap it off. They went nuts in the last 2 episodes is what I've heard.
Yeah,
I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah.
If they could do that consistently, I mean, man, people would be talking about Blue Lock animation wise as one of the top shows that are out right now, but that's just not what's happening. So that's a great story. Gafiltha, any commentary to add on either of those stories, whether it's the studio that just shut down for anime, anything that you had there, or Fortnite skins? Are you into Fortnite skins? Is that even a thing that you pay attention to?
Yeah, see, Fortnite skins, you guys said kaiju. I was like, I gotta look this up. What is that? I'm reverse when it's come to anime. So I was looking up every single anime you guys were mentioning right now. I was like, oh, a soccer one, Blue Lock. I was like, how does he spell that? What if it's spelled weird? What if the O is an X or something? I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm back here watching original Gundams again. I'm watching original Dragon Ball again. I'm such a nostalgia guy, and I'm just watching all the stuff I grew up on again. I got queued up all the I don't even remember the name of the show. A lot of shows that were on Toonami that I never got to finish because you only catch episodes here and there. But so, I mean, when those skins came out, yeah, I was like, I don't know what this is, so I'm okay. But Demon Slayer skin, I know that one. I'm watching that one. So yeah, where's my Demon Slayer skin? Give me it now. Give me Nezuko. And get that in the game. But otherwise, yeah, I don't really buy too many skins in there. I had to buy a Boba Fett one just because Boba Fett is, yeah, he's the dude, and like, I mean, how cool is it to have an actual gunner guy? To me, it's always silly when there's somebody that's like their character's like a punching or a passive person or a healer, and they're out there with a gun. But Boba, to me, made sense having a gun, shooting others, and being the number one on the game. So
yeah,
but yeah, I'm not sure about the other show, but studios shutting down sucks. Studios shutting down because they're shisty and they're using AI and NFTs and all this. Good for you.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
To give you an idea of what's happening right now, Gafiltha, Godzilla is my skin of choice. So Godzilla currently has a gun running around in Fortnite. So it's a great.
Are you
time.
for real?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite's crazy.
It's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, now it is my turn. I do have a little bit that we haven't covered yet, so I'm going to do our Discord roundup. and we're gonna cover just rapid fire several stories that came through. So think of any that you like that you want to add commentary on, and then we'll get to Jeopardy. A couple things right out of the gate. Suicide Squad became free on PlayStation Plus this month, and that was before it released its final content, undoing the entire story of the game. Wrapping up the month with Warner Brothers game boss leaving the company. So that's how January went for Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. Sony debuts tech where players can see, shoot, and smell baddies from games like The Last of Us. So that's do with that as you will.
Wait.
Yeah.
Explain that more. I'm a little confused. Hold on.
Phil, you explain it, because I think this is something you've been wanting for a long time.
Hold on. There was what was that thing they were selling at Smell Vision at GameStop. Oh god, what was it? Oh, Game Sense.
It was a real thing.
It was called Game Sense, and it would really immerse you by putting in the smells of your game as well. So last time I went to GameStop, my local store right across, or right by my house, I didn't see them. So I wonder if someone bought it and is currently sitting around and enjoying their Game Sense. So yeah, it just really immerses you and adds the smell to whatever you're playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super gross. The Nintendo Switch 2 was obviously announced. I'm also not going to be covering any Oscar news, but that was a big thing. TikTok was banned, then it wasn't. A lot of stuff happened. Sailor Moon is going to have a stage musical in North America touring this spring.
I did see that.
Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey adds John Bernthal to the cast. I'm very much paying attention to that movie and the casting news there. Godzilla x Kong, the sequel, is going to be adding Caitlin Dever. Is that how you pronounce it, Phil? Dever to the cast, who's playing Abby in The Last of Us adaptation.
Stop.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's going to be good. And then my last two ones that I'm adding to the Discord roundup, Sean Levy, the director for Deadpool and Wolverine, is apparently directing a Star Wars film that could star Ryan Gosling. And Jurassic World Rebirth is apparently, Phil, going to have a sequence from the first Jurassic Park novel that didn't make it into the original movie. And there are some theories.
It's not
what that could be.
The consummate scene, all right? Jurassic
the
fans,
compies?
It is not the compy, the part. It is not that.
You sure?
Relax. Yes.
What's the rating on the movie? If it's rated R,
okay, listen. It could maybe happen off screen, but I don't know that would be as effective.
Yeah.
I think it's the riverboat scene.
Yeah. It's something to do with the river would probably make a lot of sense. But yeah, that is all of my didn't make the cut. So Suicide Squad, the tech that you can smell, Sailor Moon, Christopher Nolan's addition to the Odyssey, Legendary's addition to the Godzilla x Kong sequel, Jurassic World Rebirth, and Star Wars. So yeah, anything, Ivan, that you want to add to any of those stories?
I need to understand this tech thing, this smell tech thing.
Okay, well, we got to get Ivan this for his birthday. Hold on, I'll look up look up Game Sense. Hold on.
Like you put on a mask and it like makes the smell for you, or it's like a candle? Like, what are we talking about?
So Sony has debuted conceptual technology that would essentially allow players to enter the world of PlayStation games. That is going to include, it's not VR, it would be a cube. It would be a cube that players enter, similar to the multi-person virtual reality experiences currently available. So yeah,
you're sitting in this cube.
There's what it is now.
This is
like
the Game Scent that's at GameStop that I've seen before. I haven't seen it over there in a while, which is concerning. But immersive real-time sense. Experience gaming like you've never felt before. Let's see.
Wait, it's only $150, bro. I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna let y'all know.
Yes, please, yes.
I mean, does it like sit on? Does it sit on the
Additional,
table?
customizable starter kit, gunfire, explosion, racing, storm, forest, and additional scents coming soon: ocean, fresh cut grass, zombie, blood, fire, restaurant, and more. Imagine playing like Overcooked. and they're being like nice
See,
little restaurant smell.
that's the thing. Okay, so I think the idea is kind of cool because smell does play a big factor when you're doing things in real life. I mean, it's just how it is. So I get it, but like, I just didn't know if you meant like it's a box that you sit in your room, and I was like, wait, so
no,
it's
not like
a playpen.
Well, so not right now.
Not
it's
yet,
not. But
yeah.
this version would be something like that.
I see. Okay, I was like
Yeah.
super confused.
Well,
I
it's
was
like
like,
crime scene cleaner with the game scent.
Okay, now I get it.
Gross.
And then the
Yeah.
Sailor Moon thing's kind of cool. I mean, in Japan they always do the stage plays for like really popular series that get it. Like Demon Slayer has one, Attack on Titan has one.
I'd love to see that Attack on Titan.
The
one.
Attack on Titan one is actually it's cool, but also kind of funny at the same time because there's certain I've seen some clips like when it's like they're doing like these dance numbers, and I'm like, hold on, what? This is so weird to like visualize in Attack on Titan. So I think it's pretty cool, but everything else, I mean, like the Switch 2, I already said my piece. Listen, I love the Switch. I love my PlayStation 5, but I love my Switch also. So Switch 2 will be coming into my home. Will be arriving in my home at some point. And now I can't remember what the rest of you said, actually.
There were so many. Honestly, you do not have to.
Yeah, that's good. Those are the two that I remember.
That's fair. Gafiltha, any commentary? Obviously, Suicide Squad and everything that happened there. Also, the Star Wars casting, Jurassic World Rebirth, the sequel for Godzilla Kong, and the connection there to the Last of Us adaptation. Just a couple of the stories there. Any that you want to add some extra commentary to?
I will say I'm going to try this scent thing. We're going to have to give it a shot. It seems interesting, and we'll come back with feedback. But
I'll be tuned in to that.
Please,
live
if you stream, please. If you
Yeah,
stream it,
that's
please
exciting.
let me
I wanna know
Please
how
let
it
us
is. The hell out of
know. We will. The game sense stream.
yeah, I mean, yeah, sponsored by Game
Sponsored by
Sense.
Game Sense.
Yeah.
Imagine they call you. They like reach out and like, hey.
Hey, no one's ever thought.
No
to
one's
do
ever
this.
bought this.
Like,
It does have a 3.4 rating on Amazon. So
That's
you
not
will
good
do what
to
you
know.
will with that.
Yep, we'll figure this out. But yeah, we got the whole Jurassic Park Rebirth thing. That's interesting to me. So, and then them kind of leaking out, certain different scenes. We'll see what comes out. I mean, there'll be some interesting stuff and more dinosaurs, because I didn't enjoy the way Fallen Dominion and all that and stuff kind of ended. It was too much Chris Pratt and it was too little dinosaurs, and that's why I said we got to keep Chris Pratt out of everything we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Phil, any extra comments on any of those stories before we get to Jeopardy?
Let's see. I wrote them down. Suicide Squad free, hilarious. Smell Vision, gross. Switch 2, meh. Sailor Moon musical, cool. For those of you that watch Sailor Moon, think it's really neat. Odyssey continues to add people. Win is too much. Caitlin Dever, love it. Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling, maybe. And as far as Rebirth, like there was like a new screenshot that came out the other day of like Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey like in some sort of nest, and I was like, this looks interesting. I am intrigued. So yeah, whatever that scene may be, I'm not sure. I wonder if it's maybe even from. Did he say the first book specifically? Or did he just say from the book? Oh, okay, never mind. There's a really cool scene in The Lost World where the Carnotaurus is like camouflaged, and I've been really wanting to see that. Yeah, but they kind of did that with the Indominus Rex, so
yeah,
that'd be neat.
Yeah,
though.
no, you mentioned the two scenes that fans are theorizing the most.
Yeah, I do not think it is the scene
the
with the
comedy scene.
compies. But we'll see.
We'll see. All right. But yeah, that is everything that happened in the month of January. Our main stories, our side stories, and now this is where Phil takes over the show and directs us to Jeopardy.
That is correct. First off, can everybody see this as far as our contestants? Can everybody see it just fine? Looks good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll need your phones for this portion of the episode, and you'll go to this link right here, which is playfactile.com/join. So think of it kind of like playing Jack in the Box or Jackbox. Go to that website. So playfactile.com/join, or you can try and scan that QR code, which I know our guests have been hit or miss. And then you put in that code, and then you'll be prompted to put in your name and pick a character. Eric will take forever because there's so many characters to choose from, and he gets overwhelmed.
There's like 15 pages. I'm going through them right now. I'm trying my hardest.
Yeah, you can play, or if you want to play on your computer, you can do that as well. I know, Gafiltha, I think you have if you have multiple monitors, you can play on that over there, over there on the on your vessel. So up to you guys, but we'll let everybody get in here. And for the audio-only audience, this is a good place to transition over to YouTube if you want to see the questions and the visuals that are here for this game. So,
pineapple's so cute! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, people. This usually takes the longest as far as people picking a character.
Oh my God! There's dinosaurs. Hold on.
Oh Christ! Okay,
Hold
we got Bruce.
on.
The shark has shown up a lot.
There's a lot of sharks.
I don't know.
Who's Bruce?
That's me. It didn't give me a chance to put my name.
I got it. Who's the T-Rex? Is that Gafiltha?
Yeah, I missed a chance to put my name.
I got
They
you.
didn't
I
let me
got
put
you.
a name. What's going on?
I got it. Okay.
Unacceptable.
So the iguanodon. Okay. Got two dinos and a shark.
You could argue a shark is a dino.
You cannot argue that at all, actually. So that's not a thing.
Megalodon.
Megalodon is still not a dinosaur. So
You sure?
That's just the
I'm
name they gave that
100%
shark.
Sure.
Oh man, I hope that's not one of the questions.
Since Gafiltha, this is his first time, I will let him have the board first. Let me go over the categories. So, just so you know, as soon as you're able to buzz in on your phone or your device or whatever, you can buzz in. Just don't answer until I've finished reading the question. So, Eric has gotten this down to a science. He will buzz in quickly. He will also take up all the $500 questions he can to ensure no one else gets them. So just so you guys know.
Just, you know.
Here are the categories this evening. We have Finished This Fight, Ed, and Everything, MTV, No Music Allowed, and Pop Culture Mystery Bag, which is the returning category that we have every single month. So, Gafiltha, as our first-time guest here, and What Did I Miss? We'll let you kick it off. What category would you like, and what dollar amount?
I'm here to finish the fight at $1,000.
All right. Here we go. Finish this fight for $1,000. Which well-known comedian provided voiceover lines for an Easter egg in Halo 4? Gafiltha.
Oh my!
a reminder of how
You will
play
lose
Jeopardy.
points.
You will lose points.
Oh no! My thumb just acted. I don't know. Arthritis. It just kicks in and just. A comedian for an Easter egg in Halo 4. A comedian that worked with old 343 because this was no longer Bungie. Let's go with I see his face, but I can't think of his name.
Give you a couple more seconds.
Let's go with who's the guy that voiced the toucan in Aladdin? Let's go with him.
Gilbert Godfrey?
Godfrey. There you go. Let's go with Gilbert Godfrey.
No.
Oh wait,
Not Gilbert Godfrey. Ivan.
wait, was that supposed to buzz in?
You did.
I know, but like,
You can.
my fingers hovering over the button is what it is. So like, I actually press it. I didn't know if we were supposed to press it if he was wrong, or we just wait.
Oh, no. Did you buzz in if you think you would know the answer?
Oh, okay. Wasn't it Conan O'Brien?
Conan O'Brien.
okay.
Let's go.
Because I remember watching this episode when he's recording.
It's great. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Oh,
Excellent.
I had no idea.
That's crazy.
Great job. All right, Ivan, it is your board.
Now I'm gonna lose though. Watch.
Yeah.
We'll do pop culture mystery bag for 400.
In Space Jam 1996, which two fictional characters travel to Michael Jordan's house to retrieve his gear? Eric.
That would be Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Bugs and Daffy. Here we go. All right, Eric, your board.
All right. I put this on my computer. I've never heard the buzz, so it startled me. So sorry. I'm disoriented.
Okay.
Let's do pop culture mystery bag for 1,000.
Told you. In Pokemon, the first movie, which previously never before seen Pokemon made their first appearance in the film's opening credits?
I didn't feel good about that, Buzz.
Oh, Eric.
Mewtwo?
Gafiltha.
You.
Ivan, any guess here?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, I know what it is too, and I cannot remember the damn Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You don't have to answer. Just remember
That's
that.
fine. I'm not going to because I cannot remember. I can't remember the name of it. That's why.
All right.
I knew for
It is
$1,000.
Don Fan.
I knew it. I was gonna say Fanfy. But Fanfy's the one that's
the
first.
Yeah, first. Yeah.
When I buzzed, I knew immediately I messed up because I was like, "There's no way this is the answer for 1,000."
That's so
Yeah.
annoying.
I
Oh
remember
my.
being in the theaters in 1997 being like, what is that?
Yeah. I
And
love
my
that
dad
Pokemon.
said, shut up. Shut the hell up. Well, Eric, still your board.
Yeah, no, shouldn't have done that, but I made a mistake. Let's Ed and everything for 1,000.
God. What's the name of the superhero team from Dexter's Laboratory? I'll give you extra points for each member of the team that you can name.
I only know one of their names.
The name of the team is the primary answer.
I know.
That's crazy.
Got 5 more seconds. If anybody wants to
Specifically
give it a
remember
guess.
that monkey. That's about it.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this team.
Yep.
And now that I see them, it
Unlock
jogging
something.
memories.
All right. The answer is the Justice Friends.
Damn.
And we have capital G, Krunk, the infraggable Krunk.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is Major Glory.
Yeah.
I think this is, that's Krunk, and then of course the monkey is Monkey Man.
Monkey, yeah.
There's a bunch of other characters too, but those were the main ones that were here.
Isn't it Dial M for Monkey or something like that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, Eric, over to you.
MTV for 1,000, please.
Oof.
There they go. Name this MTV show.
What the? I can't even see what that is.
Filthy.
Oh, wait.
I'm so annoyed.
Next.
Yeah, I would have never figured out
Same,
the name of it, but I
same.
remember
Yep.
this show.
There you go.
Yep.
I remember there was a van.
There's guilty pleasures there.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was fake as hell, but it was a great show.
Yep.
Gafiltha, back to you. You're bored.
Let's go MTV 200.
Name this MTV show. Eric.
Jersey Shore. So scared.
You weren't really confident there for a second.
No, I was like, I think I know those people.
All right, Eric, over to you.
You know what? MTV for 400.
Name this MTV show. Eric.
All right, bit my ride. All right, back to 0. Let's go.
All right, Eric. Back to you.
I feel like I have a clicking advantage here, so MTV for 600.
Name this MTV show. Eric.
How?
I know. I was like,
Me too. That's not fair. We're doing it on our phone, you cheater.
Yeah, I probably should have made it so that everybody has to be on the same device.
I didn't know.
Catfish. All right, Eric, back to you.
Yeah, let's finish it out.
Name this MTV show. Ivan.
Isn't it The Hills? I can't see. I think it's The Hills.
No.
Ah, I couldn't tell if that's that one chick.
none of them look familiar.
They all look the same, kind of, actually.
They do.
Oh man, I'm gonna buzz in,
Eric?
but I'm not. Is it the real world?
No.
Gafiltha, any guesses?
No, man, I'm lost there.
Ivan, you were on the right track. It is Laguna Beach,
Damn
which
it!
spawned
Oh.
I remember
the
that.
hills.
See,
Yeah.
I remember the chick on the on the right. That's why.
Yeah, that's Lauren Conrad. She's
yes.
the one. Yeah, so
Dang it.
that was my guilty pleasure show when I was a teenager. So, Eric, still your board.
Let's go to to finish this fight for 200.
This AI companion serves as Master Chief's trusted partner throughout most of the Halo series. Gafiltha.
Oh, I got it.
All right.
Dude, I was like, I bet you the second I lift my finger, he gets to click as I'm just dun, dun, dun. Cortana.
Right. Back to you. You're bored.
Finish this fight 400.
What is the name of this? I didn't put the picture in.
Phil,
I'm like, where is the picture?
you had one
You know
job.
what? I'm gonna guess because you're seeing iconic. You're either going with. Well, it also depends which game.
I won't
You're either
take
gonna
points
do
away from
blood-
you for answering wrong.
All right, you're doing Blood Gulch.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you.
Valhalla. Okay.
Honestly,
And I'm gonna put you back to 0 for not having a photo.
Yeah, I think that's
Because that's
I'll give him
to
that.
say.
Absolutely.
first guess is crazy. I'm cool
Yeah.
with
That's
that.
crazy. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
I line up that Halo.
All right, Gafiltha, back to you.
All right, we'll go to 600.
Master Chief was raised and trained as part of which classified military program, Gafiltha?
The Spartan program.
Okay, so these are just all Halo
I
questions.
was gonna say Spartan.
I know they're all Halo. I just
Fine.
realized. I was like, hold on.
That's what finish this fight is, guys. Come on, keep up.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Gafiltha, back to you.
I didn't own it. I didn't get to play Halo that much.
We're gonna go with the 800.
Alrighty. This is the Daily Double, and the first level of Halo Combat Evolved takes place on which human ship, Gafiltha?
That would happen to be the Pillar of Autumn.
There you go, and you'll get, what was that? That was an $800 question, so you'll get 800 more. 1, 2. All
Right,
right.
now to sit on the sidelines again.
Yeah.
It is your board, so wherever you'd like to go next.
Let's do Ed and everything 200.
In Ed, Ed, and Eddie, what is the name of the beloved treat that every kid in the cul-de-sac eagerly tries to obtain? Eric.
Jawbreaker.
Jawbreakers. I remember having my first
They made
jawbreaker.
him-
I was like, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Right?
I know.
My face
I know
did not
they
look
made
like
it look delicious with the saliva, and I was like,
Yep.
"Oh, Jawbreaker's gonna be amazing."
great. Nope. Eric, over to you.
Edit and everything 400.
What was the name of this late-night talk show parody? Gafiltha.
Space Ghost.
Space
Okay,
Coast,
yeah,
Coast
yeah,
to
Coast
Coast.
to Coast.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah.
that. That's solid. All right.
forgot the rest.
Be your board again.
Edit and everything 600.
What is the name of this Powerpuff Girls character?
Nope.
Ivan.
No, I didn't mean to. I remember her. I just don't remember her name. Oh God.
Yeah, you need her name.
I know. God. No, I don't remember.
You have a couple more seconds.
I
Best of luck.
can't remember her name.
We're counting on you.
We're gonna say.
All right. Eric or Gafiltha, want to give it a guess?
Oh.
It's Miss something.
Can I say it?
Maybe
Just
if you
buzz
want to
in.
lose the
You wanna
points,
buzz
you
in?
get it wrong.
You got buzz
Oh
in.
wait, it's 600. I got it. Let's see.
All right, go for it.
Miss Valentine?
No.
No. Okay.
Eric,
I feel like it was something like.
go ahead.
It's not Blossom, but I know it's something like. Not Bubbles.
Can I get another try? I think I remember what it is.
Is it Miss Bellum? Oh, let's go.
I remembered. I'm so mad at you.
Let's go. I knew it was a B.
Miss
Yo,
Bellum.
what was the mayor's name?
I think just Mayor.
There was
Didn't
just
they call him
mayor. He was just mayor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky man.
He was. Eric, over to you.
Ed and everything for 800.
What is the name of the fictional town that Courage the Cowardly Dog and his family live in? Gafiltha.
Nowhere.
Crazy.
See, ooh.
Damn.
I love
There we
all
go.
these things. Why can't I remember
Last
them?
few questions. How would you like to proceed?
200.
Nope. Which artist and album moonwalked towards the title of highest selling album of all time? having sold over 70 million copies globally. Ivan.
I mean, like, I feel like the word says it, and now I feel like I'm an idiot if I'm wrong. But I'm only going for what it says. But it's Michael Jackson, right?
What's the name of the album? Too?
Oh, no, I don't remember. God dang it. Forget it. I don't remember now.
I'll give you half the points.
Okay.
But do you know the name of the album?
I forgot, yeah. I'm
Does
bad
anybody
with
know the name of
songs
the
and
album
everything.
that wants to give it a guess? I'll manually give you points.
Thriller?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I want to say Thriller.
Okay,
Thriller,
see,
right?
okay.
Yeah. I mean,
It seemed like the obvious answer,
It's
but
like-
I was like, I want to feel like an idiot.
I was seeing the cover in my mind,
Yeah.
but I couldn't see the name.
I always forget that's the name of the album.
Me too.
All the time.
Yeah.
All right, Ivan, it is your board.
Oh, God. I might as well do 600, whatever.
Which disease does Arthur Morgan contract in Red Dead Redemption 2?
All right. Well, why am I here?
I didn't get to finish that game. Oh, my God.
Me either.
Okay, cool.
Well, let's read our minds. Let's just feel our hearts and try to figure it out.
now I'm like, wait, he contracts a disease? Spoiler warning.
Yeah,
To be honest,
spoilers.
I don't
Game
remember
came out in
that.
2018.
To be honest, I don't remember that, but I'm gonna say because of the time period. Okay, I'm gonna hit buzz. Just because, like, time period.
Go
But,
for
you
it.
know, it's like back then. Is it like tuberculosis or something?
Tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Tuberculosis
Really
is a crazy
solid
guess.
logic there by Ivan. Great job. Great job. Everybody.
I mean,
had
it was
OCD.
rampant
Oh,
back then.
OCD.
It
Whenever
was
you
rampant.
whenever you watch any ghost hunting show, it's like they were ravaged by tuberculosis.
I mean, yes, that's what I mean.
I thought he was gonna say like chicken pox or something.
All right, folks. Last question. Before taking on the Star Wars franchise, J.J. Abrams served as producer for which early 2000s smash hit? Eric.
Lost.
I knew that. I didn't hit it fast enough.
That
Damn it.
is correct. All right. Well, hold on. Everyone's in the positives for the first time, I think, ever
First time in a while.
on this on Jeopardy. So you're
First time
gonna
in a while, I haven't been in the lead.
go ahead.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
yeah. Go ahead and enter your wages. Eric will always bet the house. So just so you guys know, you have a chance. Everyone has a chance here.
Wait, I'm only gonna bet what I have.
Yeah, go ahead, do that. Yeah,
Yeah, go for it.
I can bet more.
No.
No.
I'm about to say, that's what I was saying. I thought, okay. I was like, I lose anyway.
All right. So I'll reveal the question here in just a moment. What you guys are going to do is you will text me your answers. So Gafiltha and Ivan send me your answers on Instagram. Eric, dealer's choice for you. And looks like everybody has wagered. Here is the final Jeopardy. Which Power Rangers villain was known for his menacing metallic appearance, featuring a silver and red armor suit with a distinct exposed brain, symbolizing his ruthless and strategic nature? Text me that answer. You got... Okay, cool. I got one. Okay, got two. Waiting on one more. You guys are doing this within time as well? That's crazy. All right.
I really hope that counts because
The
I feel like I'm
answer-
missing something.
Is Lord Zed.
My
Okay.
guy.
Let's see what everybody wagered and see who the winner is. Team T-Rex with a...
Yeah.
What is the... Oh, here we go. Here is the store. Oh, you wagered 1,000. Smart. Eric wagered it all, of course. And Ivan also wagered it all. But there we go. So Gafiltha takes the crown this month. And Eric, I'm going to start keeping track of winners here in 2025. So maybe
I like
we can
that.
do something with that at the end of the year. I also had an answer key this time around. Remember, sometimes I forget the answer. So I was like,
Great.
Let me look that up.
Can we now do a image key so you know which questions?
It's,
is
no, I
have the
think
image?
once every Jeopardy gives it some
Some
spice
charm?
and charm.
Yeah, like that hockey game
I think so.
picture on mine.
Oh yeah,
Is it
I should
nice?
actually find a way to put that picture into every
It
single
was a
single
Taco
one.
Bell question, and then
Yeah,
we saw
it was
NHL.
NHL hits or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Ivan,
Crazy.
Gafiltha, thank you guys so much for helping us kick off 2025. This was an absolute blast. I hope to have you both on again sometime in the very, very near future. Gafiltha, we got some rivals to play. We haven't gotten to play with you yet, so we'll make sure that happens. But please, both of you, let us know, and the audience know, for those of them that do not know where to find you. Gafiltha, we'll let you go first. What you got going on, and where can they find anything that you are working on?
Hey man, Gafiltha.com. We keep it easy. We keep paying the domain name, and so that's keeps it nice and simple. I will say, for anyone that may have heard me when I was on the content show previously, we did kind of take a step back from streaming a little bit, only because we got some fun little projects coming up. I'm a filmmaker, so there's a lot of writing that's going on over here. There's a lot of filming going on over here, and I got just some fun projects, passion projects that are also hopefully get me in for the Helldivers TV show, but that's out of the course now, so we'll see. But Gafiltha.com for everything you need.
Perfect. And Ivan, what about you for some listeners that may not know who you are at this point? Let them know where they can find you, any upcoming appearances at conventions, as well as your website.
So you just follow me. You can find me on Instagram under Ivan Patch _artist, or ivanpatch.com is fine. And on YouTube, honestly, I've been really getting into really making my vlogs more more scheduled and more consistent. But honestly, you can find me at pretty much conventions. I have MegaCon next in 2 weeks or next week or whatever. Then KatsuCon in DC. So yeah, you can find me at those places and all that.
There you go. And everything you need to know about our guests will be in the Linktree link of the show notes, as always. So make sure you go over and follow the Wait For It podcast on social media. Once again, all that stuff in our Linktree link. Instagram, TikTok, streaming over on Twitch, our really, really fun and growing Discord page. We're getting more and more people in there by the day. It's been a real blast, so make sure you follow us over there. You can support the show by sharing content, tagging us, letting us know you're listening, letting other people know that you are listening. You can also give 5-star reviews, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you are able to do so. All of that helps with wibbly wobbly algorithm stuff. So thank you guys so much for all of that. But Eric, if they find themselves going out throughout 2025 wanting some behind the scenes stuff from us, as well as just any additional content, let them know how they can find that, and then let's get out of here.
Yeah, so there's a lot of great ways to support the show, and you can do that for free. But if you want to go that extra mile and go beyond, consider joining our Patreon, where patrons like Briar, Stefan, T3 Kato, Corey from The World Is My Burrito, as well as Vintage Macaroni and Bridget Rules from Retro AV Rewind are supporting the show, and in exchange getting perks like early access and behind the scenes access to episodes like this one. But all the other stuff is much appreciated. The likes, the comments, the shares, the listens, the engagement, all of the above, very much appreciated, and we thank you guys for listening to this episode. My name is Mr. Eric Almighty. That is my co-host, Phil the Filipino. Shout out to Gafiltha and Ivan Patch for joining What Did I Miss? We'll see you next month, and please remember that we release new episodes every Wednesday on the podcast, plus bonus content on platforms like TikTok and Twitch, and all you gotta do is wait for it.
This is the Wait For It podcast.